One of the first things that I did was lift the power steering fluid reservoir, and the same for the coolant reservoir. Lifted those to the side. That way you have pretty good view of the window down here where the pump is actually fitted. Let me just shine some light on that so you can see a little bit of what's going on. Other side is where the flange for the pump goes. But right now I've fitted this tool that I'll comment on a little bit later. The tool was set in place with the 3 dowels there in this big ring. The reason that you do that is to keep this wheel in place on the chain and then keep the timing intact. This hole here, this is a spare wheel that I'm using just for illustration purposes, is for timing when you put everything back together. So you can put a drill bit or something through there, and then that will make sure that this bolt pattern, which is not symmetrical, is then found again in a pretty easy way. The big nut here in the middle, sorry about this, the cameraman had a sick day today. This nut here in the middle, you can twist in order to get the timing right if it wasn't already. I didn't find the tool that helpful when I just got it out of the package. I'll show you how it is here. It's a full timing kit, which will then allow you to time everything up if you were taking everything apart, but also has this to remove the inspection cover, and then it has the ring that I just showed you on the engine that will allow us to keep the sprocket, which is this little bastard here. It'll keep that in place while you take the pump off. I've done some work on the pump already, nothing internal or anything, just replacing the pump with a used one I got on eBay. The timing kit, speaking of which, was about 20 pounds off of eBay in Britain, which I use quite a bit since we don't get that good deals here in Denmark. So just pull this back over to the side. You see how easy that's done. And the new pump is in place. There is a bracket down here. I'll get the light again. There's a bracket down here that can be a little bit hard to access. There's 2 10mm bolts on that, which then in turn hold on to this side of the high pressure pump with a couple of 13mm hexes. It goes on to here. There's a gasket between the timing cover. Just pull this to the side. Between the timing housing, if you want to call it that, and then the pump. I just left that one in place and screwed it back on. Other than that, putting the pump on again was surprisingly easy. Well, this is just a quick view of the rear side of where the pump goes. As you can see, the bolts stay in place after you've undone them, and they're ready to accept the new one. I've taken off the intake manifold and also the EGR valve together with that. Not very hard to do. While I was doing this particular part, I was desperately searching for somewhere to lock the pump, but found out that that wasn't even possible. So what I did was I selected that position there, which is having, there's 5 holes in the inner part of this sprocket if you look at it. This one over here I'm pointing to now is something that you can use to put a dowel in, but it won't meet anything inside of the pump as far as I could figure out. And then you have these 3 holes here that you then go through in order to remove the 3 Torx bolts that then hold the pump into place into the timing cover housing. I used a special bit that I actually fabricated myself. It looks like this. So it's made out of a long T45 bit, as you can see, which I ground down far enough that it would then grab the T45 on the other side. So it actually, if you remove one of these pins here, if you remove that out of the actual tool down here, you'll have to go through here, and you will get a hold of that T45. Also, when you remove the tool, you go straight through the wheel up here. And the bolts, they don't come out either side. You have to leave them in there together with the rest of it. I hope that gives you a bit of a pointer on maybe getting rid of some of the challenges that I had. You can't lock it, as far as I can see, but you can time it. There are 3 different places where it will work because this bolt pattern, or hole pattern, if you want to call it that, is actually symmetrical. So you can get them either way you want. Only I timed this so that was about 1 o'clock, because I've heard somewhere else that was where you want to time it. So I hope that helps you guys. Thanks.